Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail. When you don't have a lot of time to practice. A couple do's and don'ts, man, that can really help you out. Okay? It took me years to come to this. And thank God I did. Or I'd still be having mangled chops and inconsistent playing and all that sort of stuff. All right? Let me honk a little bit. I had a terrific. I had plenty of time. Ironically, for the name of this video, ironically, I had plenty of time this morning. I got a great practice in. The chops felt great. Let's see if it's still responding a couple hours later. Anyway, E flats, caress the baby, change the trumpet, doesn't matter. Completely relaxed. All right. Yeah, we were talking about this. You notice I put Doc Severinsen up as the pictures. Talk about guy who always finds time to practice. We're talking honking in a stairwell in a theater before the show. He's been known to literally, oh God, I can't imagine what I'm about to say, going into a toilet on an airplane and getting some practicing done. Man, can you imagine breathing that stuff? Ah, Jesus. Doc, I love you. But anyway, a friend and I were emailing back and forth. I hope he's content in his retirement. I mean, the trumpet was such a monumental part of his life. The fact, I'm sure he's playing around the house and all that sort of stuff. I hope he's content, happy, whatever. Lord knows he deserves it. He's given us that much. Anyway, we don't have time to practice. Now, here's the deal, guys. Many of my clientele, my private students, are comeback players. Older guys that just really love playing the trumpet, never really got the good chops when they were younger. If I had a nickel for every time I heard a variation on that story, you wouldn't believe. But anyway, so comeback players, many times, guys, are still working 40, 60 hours a week and don't have a lot of time to practice. Okay? And this is sort of geared towards them or geared towards all of you. Okay? But here's the deal. A lot of guys I know bring their trumpet to work. Okay? I can't think of a fate worse than death. I mean, I would never do that. Now, this is probably just a little neurosis of mine. But ever since I remember playing the trumpet 8 years old, I wanted that practice time to be my sanctuary. I didn't want to think that people were listening to me. You know, both my parents were music teachers. And maybe it came from the fact that every once in a while, you know, I'd be practicing in the basement and they stick their head in through the door and say, "Isn't that a B flat in the second measure, sweetie?" You know, something like that. Oh my God, they're listening to me. Maybe it's from that. I don't know. But I always like the privacy of my playing. Going to work, closing the door to my office, you know, practicing in a broom closet or something like that, thinking that the secretary, if I'm practicing too loud because the secretary outside is trying to get some more. Oh, God, I can't imagine doing that. In that case, guys, if you feel like you can't really play relaxed, nice and full, not blasting, but nice and full, if you can't do it, don't practice. I mean that sincerely. Don't practice. You are better off not practicing. Okay? Now, you know my credo. You are better off playing one note correctly than doing 3 hours incorrectly, or in our case, 20 minutes to a half an hour that you're trying to cram in on your lunch break. Okay? Now, I did a lot of vacationing this summer, as we all do. A lot of you guys bring your trumpet along with you. Now, along the same lines, if I'm at the beach, and I know that, the whole beach is listening to my guys, I'd rather not play. I would rather not play. Once again, if it is not a comfortable atmosphere to play, or you're in the bedroom, you close the door, and you know that, Aunt Foofy is trying to watch the Red Sox, that type of thing. I'd rather not play. Now, that may be mine. I don't know. All I know is that when I am not playing relaxed and full, I alter what I'm doing. I'm tightened up. I try to do this, that, and the other thing. Okay? Now, number 3, even the worst thing you can do, even worse than trying to alter, is to play with a practice mute. Don't do it. Just don't do it. If you have a practice mute, throw it away. So you're never tempted. Throw it away. Well, I got the new Yamaha thing where you put the earphones in. Guys, no, it doesn't distort the sound. Yes, it does. If you are playing a trumpet and you have something stuck into your bell that is in there so securely that it is altering the airflow, it is altering your sound. Don't do it. Okay? Okay? Unless you're playing full and easy, don't do it. You're better off not playing. Okay, finally you're home. You're home from work. You got a half an hour until dinner. Then you got to take the kids out to the soccer practice, whatever the case may be. So finally you got yourself a half an hour. Guys, remember, I'm going back to it. You're better off playing one note correctly than trying to cram in an hour's worth of practice because you've only got a half an hour. You see what I'm saying? Guys, just take what happens, take what you have, but play it correctly. Now, I'm going to explain. This is the same theory, and this is what started me on this theory, is the way that the great Russian powerlifters used to train. Now, not the bodybuilders. I mean the big monster Vasily Alexiev and whatnot, powerlifters who used to, deadlift 1,000 pounds, stuff like this. Okay? So let's just say that. Let's say Alexiev, this is how they used to practice, train. Let's just say his max was 1,000 pounds. Okay? What he would do is he would train at about 700 and 750. Okay, so if his max is 1,000 pounds, what does 750 represent? Guys, that's his happy zone. It pushes him a little bit, but it's not, back in the 40 or 50 where there's no strain at all. It pushes him a little bit, but it's not killing himself. So he's in his happy zone, and what he will do, say the deadlift, instead of knocking off a set of 10, he will do one deadlift. One. Take a break, go get something to drink, come back 3, 5, 8, 10 minutes later, doesn't matter, and do one deadlift. Same thing. He'll come back and do one deadlift. 2 things are happening there. First of all, he is concentrating to the max on that one deadlift. And 2, guys, he is always fresh and strong when he's doing it. Now, I'm here to tell you guys, if you can somehow Get your mind off. I've only got a half an hour. I got to get as much in as I can. And do one note like Alexiev. Come back. Do one measure. Come back. Do a line. Come back. Go back to one note. Plenty of rest. You're always fresh. It's in your happy zone, guys. Now, that can sometimes easier be said than done, because for a good musician, you want to finish the phrase, you want to finish the Clark study, whatever the case may be. Guys, chop it up, break it up, and I'm telling you, you're going to go to dinner after that half an hour, and you think, oh man, I didn't get anything done. I didn't get anything done. And you're going to go to the soccer game, and you might spit buzz a little bit. Gee, chops feel great. Just for the heck of it, you come back at 9 o'clock and you play a couple notes. It feels fabulous. Guys, that is what you're supposed to do. In the happy zone, always, always, always make sure you are fresh and strong and well set up when you're playing. I don't care how much time you have. Your chops will go through the roof if you're playing incorrectly the other way. Okay? So train like Alexiev when you don't have a lot of time or when you do. All right? That comes straight from the strongest men in the world. That is how they train. You can be the strongest trumpet player in the world if you train that way. All right? All right. Love you all, guys. Have a great day.